Hello there YouTube, this is Sibbles and Bits back at it again with another Inkbound Daily. Today is the solo daily for October 29th, and we will be playing Moss Cloak, going from Vengewood into Garden's Edge, and then up against Runestone. They did rework Giannis. Last time that we looked at Giannis, we were so powerful that it didn't matter what the heck was going on. I'm a little concerned going into a fight like that with Moss Cloak, which, in my opinion, is one of the two worst characters in the game right now. Or I can't say right now, was one of the two worst characters in the game before. Honestly, don't know at all like what happened with changes, so I guess we're going to go ahead and see how those work. We do have Radical Rewrite, which again, I believe we said this like last week. Radical Rewrite on Moss Cloak is fine. We usually want to spam our throw anyways, and so it doesn't really help to reduce the cooldown of our flurry because we need shurikens for that to work. It is nice to get access to our dash again, but generally speaking, if you dash, throw, dash, you have like no mana to use on anything, or no will, my apologies. So this is more about reducing the cooldowns of our drafted bindings, more so than anything about like Moss Cloak's kit. And they have a decent auto that, it's not bad, as opposed to like some characters like God, if you were to get this on Clairvoyant, that would be suffer. Anyways, we can't apply bleed or poison, which is kind of not very good. Frost Cloak can work pretty well, especially with Flurry. If our vestiges start looking at that, like, I wouldn't think that that's too bad. It's just, I'm not willing to spend will to apply anything that's going to not be there at the end of the turn. So, we also have Devilish. Vaults now give 2 random vestiges instead of offering a choice. This is, originally I would say that this was on average better than being able to choose, but now that sets are in the game, I don't know if that's necessarily the case. And we get so many rewards now, not even counting like the extra fight, just the fact that we can get 2 vaults in 1 reward node, or you're getting like money in a vault. You honestly have like so many vestiges that you don't even know what to do with them in a normal situation. And now we just have insurmountably like a lot of them. But being able to get an early set is probably very good for us, so we'll be on the lookout for that. We still might go Vault right away. I forgot to look at what we have. We have Everfrost of Arcturia, so basically Frost Cloak gets +1 on the Everfrost set. This doesn't really have any... Yeah, it doesn't have any application here, so this is like the only way that we're applying it. But if we get a specific like vestige or 2, it's probably decent. Alright. Meat map. I guess Barrier Potion is a little bit better now that we have the damage penalty. Whereas before we really wouldn't have cared. Quick and Dash having -1 cooldown seems significant. It's a lot better than these options here. I'm not sure I'm willing to reroll. Again, I don't know what greens Moss Cloak has. But I'm sure that there's the poison one, which I don't want, and the poison one, which I don't want. Is shielding still green? Again, I don't know. So I think we're going to just take this -1 base cooldown and be happy about it. And like I said, I think 2 Tarnish Vaults is pretty good. Hopefully it gives us a set straight away. We'll see if we can not get bopped here. These guys have Glass Cannon, that helps significantly. I don't think that we're going to get all of these guys, though. Actually, maybe? if I was to dash through... No, that wouldn't be worth it. We're just barely going to miss this. That is what it is. Okay. Like, we could do that. That's not worth it. That's fine. I really don't think that there was anything that we could do about that. Enemy positioning maybe could have been better, but no use crying over it. We got a 1-turn penalty. See now, why did... Oh wait, no, that's correct. Because it's 200 minus 100. I keep forgetting that they have the turn penalty from last season. I mean, there's really no reason for us not to grab these right now. 3 ink flats. Expert binder. Okay. I really wish we could reorganize like that, but we're going to go ahead and throw our Mimi 3 ink flats in first. Basically looking at these by order of which we are probably willing to keep them. These are very easy to get ground up. They don't really do much for us. Like -3 to our highest binding. There's really not a lot anymore that has a high cooldown. Like the highest one was... What am I trying to say? Cleave. That got reduced. We don't want cleave here anyways, most likely. Especially since it costs 2. Like there's no way that we'd be able to use that like every single turn, I believe. Cone of Frost. Honestly, maybe. Could consider Pilfer. Pilfer being active every turn. Smoke Bomb every turn. Because this will be our top... What am I trying to say? Our top skill. Cone of Frost can have damage added to it, and then it's actually like pretty freaking good. It starts going towards Everfrost of Arcturia. It's something. I don't know. Like, this is a very interesting choice here. I feel like it's almost gotta be Smoke Bomb, but not necessarily. I think that might just be my Smoke Bomb bias. But like I said, Cone of Frost, being able to use that every turn and just apply free damage seems like a great move. It's just that we won't be able to build any of that up versus bosses. Bosses, we're going to try and get Flurry as soon as possible. Just to shed all those stacks. Yeah, let's get a little bit weird. Because I wonder if there's... What is it? It's not Rending Frostbite. But the purple that increases damage versus frostbitten enemies. I would assume... Well, this is stating something completely different. This is bonus attack, binding attack damage. Meaning that it is not the same as the old mod. This is a multiplier. So this is likely multiplying with the... It's now 20% for a total of... What would that be? I'm trying to think here. Hold up. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just can't do that math right now. I believe it's like 1.6 and change. It's close. That's a huge multiplier for us to have. I almost... Like, the Sea Breach isn't bad. I think the Carver's Refuge isn't for us right now. This Binding Empowerment, though, I kind of like the idea of it. Because if I can get anything that adds damage to Cone of Frost, that'd be greatly appreciated. Or just wider AoE. Makes a lot of Ascensions usable. We really don't need more vaults, I think. But it's like a Tarnished Vault and an Uncommon Augment. I don't know about that. I guess we're headed over here. A Mercurial is appreciated. There's some free crit. That's Blazing Barrier. You're rude. Wow. Okay. That's actually kind of beyond rude. We're doing about 75 here with this. Makes sense. 50 plus 50%. If we mark you, that's still not going to kill. Maybe we Barrier Potion here. It's kind of hard to say that we don't attack this person here, though. We're gonna have to figure out how to beat you here. It might honestly be a double dash. One dash might be fine. There we go. Oh, man. And we did it. No turn penalties. Everything's looking Gucci. Like, we honestly probably should be doing something like this just to activate more Frostbite stacks. Alright, what do we got here? Moss Spyglass seems pretty good. They really want us to be Tanky Cloak here. Not sure how I feel about that personally. We do have a pin cushion here. That's this guy right here. Braided Acacia, is that Vigorous or Verdant? It is Verdant, which gives us max HP. That seems pretty good. Helps buffer our endgame. Moss Spyglass, that is... I really wish that I could... There we go. Precision. Enchanted, not so much. Venomous, definitely not. I think we're just gonna go ahead and grab Grasp. That's fine by me. Quicken feels a little weird. Like, if we can get that to be free, which I believe is a purple augment, then that's starting to look pretty good. But if we actually start building Expert Binder, it's going to be a little off. Moss Spyglass seems good. I'd be willing to grind that at the Vesicle. That gives us 10% crit chance on top of our native crit chance on throw. Just sort of like helps out everything a little bit. Not entirely like spectacular by any means. When we hit this, though, we're going to lose everything on the floor. Go ahead, get rid of Burnicle Gauntlets. I don't think that we're ever going to use that. Stroke of Genius, we could pick that up. Helps the smite damage. We're kind of using Rosy Thorn right now. Yeah, I think this is what this looks like. Because otherwise, whenever I hit this, it's going to get rid of everything on the floor, so it's gone forever. Prickly Puffer is more spike damage. That's incredibly weird. Oh well. I'm debating now if I actually do want to grind this Moss Spyglass. because Rosy Thorn seems like it would be better to grind right now. Braided Acacia we want to hold on to as long as possible. Although if we grind this, I'm just thinking of Lusk and how good Moss Spyglass will be, but I suppose with the little Lusks we may not even like see that do anything. Yeah, let's get that crit chance. Feeling good about an uncommon augment. Next attack binding does double. Tell you what, don't really care for that. Another thing I think I've noticed is that a lot of these destructibles are sometimes dropping 4 like items, which is definitely not what they did before, and that also means that we're getting a lot more money. This is kind of awkward, honestly. It might be something like this. Hit you with that, and then, oh, there we go. You don't have increased range there, though. That's not going to work. Person I'm probably most afraid of is you. Is it worth doing that? Maybe. Seems good to me. Tell you what, I'm getting sick of these Cinder Cultists, though. Thank you for the smite. That actually might make this. It still doesn't kill. Okay, hold up. Really trying here. Think we're honestly going to use this? We're still going to lose 3. Not really much that we can do about that. Unless, of course, we somehow Mercurial get Grasp off cooldown, which is highly unlikely. I also don't think that that's the correct move right now. We're just going to take 3. Actually, when we get max HP here, that should mean that we actually don't take a damage deficit. Okay, you're all jabbers, so relatively low damage. Hit you guys with that. We indeed did earn 4,000 score. Okay, so when you gain plus 3 max HP here, it also heals you 3, so we were at 50 out of 50. Worked out. That was close, though. Which of these do we want? I don't think we want either of these. Oh wait, this is just 5 stacks of bleed to the nearest enemy. That's not actually bad compared to Burnital. It's just 50 free damage. It's the same as Silence Metronome, just takes time. Quicken Grasp, increased cooldown. I almost think that I'm willing to reroll this here. Quicken Grasp reduced cooldown though is pretty freaking good. On average, we're probably throwing twice a turn. Then we got natural cooldown at the start of the next turn. This just makes it easier for us to use this whenever we want to. Yeah, I could see that. Sharp Throw looking absolutely garbage in my opinion. It's a plus 20% augment at green. You might say, well, all the augments change, so it shouldn't be like that. Yes, it shouldn't be like that. Most of them are indeed like 50% or like plus 100% in some crazy cases. This should not be happening. This is plus 2 stacks of Frostbite. It normally does 4, so that's plus 50%. You lose the damage, but you don't take Cone of Frost for the damage anyways. This is the sort of stuff that I'm talking about here. And then, of course, you got usability like CDR. CDR is much more than plus 20%, especially on a skill like this. Yeah, we won't reroll. We'll just take that. Another Vestigal Shrine. Now do we finally grind Rosy Thorn? Possibly get to Verdant 5. Attack bindings do plus 10% bonus damage for each 10 HP you have. Seem pretty good. I think I could get behind that. Also could grind one of these ink flats, honestly. Again, it's really unnecessary for us to have that many of them with this setup. If we didn't have Radical Rewrite, that might be a different thing. But getting the double cooldowns would pretty much just absolutely solve it. Then again, maybe this whole set is actually just useless. I do remember seeing a bug report that Expert Binder 9 doesn't work, so we're definitely not going that far for sure. I think Verdant is the set here. Anyways. We are probably going to grind down Rosy Thorn. It's just the thing that's probably wasting the most space in our kit right now. Moss Mother is giving another precision for more crit chance. On critting, gain 1 stack of blur. That is frickin' huge. Verdant is also... Okay, now we got some stuff here. I could drop Bramble Dolos on the floor. I'm definitely not against it. The blur is absolutely appreciated. Another Verdant Seed just to stack more HP and get closer to our Verdant set. Like, I believe if we grind this, we'll lose a ton of max HP from the Verdant Seed itself. However, it will make sure that we can get this. We might even keep it if we can somehow manage that, because that's, what, 5... So, we got Verdant healing us plus 3 max HP. This is plus 2 max HP, so that's technically 5 healing. We restore another 2 here. So that's 7 healing, 7 damage that we're allowed to take when we have Blur. That's insane. It's possible that we actually drop the ink flat, but I don't think that that's the case. We do actually use the first stage of Ink Binder. Bramble Dolos just gives us plus 50 damage. We might honestly need it, but I don't think that that's how we're going to be playing this here. I gotta think of all the things that I want to grind after this. It might just honestly be all the ink flats. I'm talking about after the boss. Sorry if that wasn't immediately apparent. Let's take a green. Oh! Shielding Dash seems pretty ridiculous right now, actually. With -1 base cooldown. Dash. dash, throw, dash is a lot of shielding, especially up when we're going up against Lusk. The scavenging throw is also very tempting. Only problem that I have with scavenging throw is that obviously if we kill with flurry, due to the way that flurry works, unless they somehow fixed it and just didn't tell me about it, it'll just eat up everything and you don't even get the benefit of like the extra shuriken damage. So I'm not saying that that makes that terrible. It means that we use dash less for the purpose of like gaining shurikens. We don't have anything on our throw anyways, but I think shielding dash is just too good to walk away from here. A little spooked here. Okay, thank you for being a friend. Is this honestly just hook? I might honestly just be hook. It's probably this, actually. Wow, look at that. Wasted crit, but we got the blur. I don't think I necessarily need to hit that. There's really no reason not to hit this, I suppose. Alright. That was honestly abysmal damage. It is not good. Does this kill? No, it doesn't. I need that that smite there. So be it. That does not kill? That's a little embarrassing, honestly. Yeah, we're having troubles dealing damage here. Probably a flub on my part. I see that we have a lot of utility and defense here. Only one damage is fine. Definitely a fan of that. But yeah, our turns taken here is going to be terrible. There's a crit. Yeah, we really do have no damage, huh? Yeah, and it's not like poison or bleed would have done anything for us here either. Perhaps we were supposed to reroll for some smites? I don't know. This is kind of a problem too. There we go. I honestly think that I'm in danger of dying here. Let's not quite do that yet. Let's hit everything here. Come on, I know this exists. Don't you lie to me. Inflict 2 frostbite on a random enemy each turn. Did that actually go up? I thought it was originally 2. Oh, it did. The tooltip is just incorrect. And it doesn't count. Well, there's our F8 of the day. Oh! Oh, like, this is honestly a little bit unnerving here. Because I still think we may die. Not really much that we can do about that, though, I suppose. Is just keep playing and hope that everybody else is suffering as much as we are, as per usual. Well, that's a problem. I guess I didn't think about that positioning. Rough. At least Blur is saving us quite a bit of health here. Of course, I would prefer that not to have to be the case. That crit is appreciated, though. It does allow us to actually get most of these guys here. Kind of hoping for something a little bit better there. We're honestly looking great. We're going to take a ton of damage, but that doesn't matter on bosses. And as always, I fear for my life. Nothing's changed there. There we go. Oh, Lord. Extra turn 6. Holy crap. We got, like, no points out of that. Let's... Extra turn 6 would be... That would be, like, negative 1,500. Holy Lord. Alright. We can heal. We got an epic augment. Gain an orb once per turn. Infactual. That basically makes this free every single time that we use it. If we also get prepared, then it starts like accruing, what do I want to say? It starts accruing will. I think that extracting grasp is pretty good, especially in its bugged state. Inflicting daze seems like something that we want to do. We definitely lose the AoE of this, but I mean, it deals a truck ton of damage. We have increased AoE as well. Alright, these guys are all three gonna go. Let's try not to run into that again. We're going up against Nim. We need to figure out how to get damage. Moss Spyglass. Well, there's some damage. There's some Quillings. Big Quilling Cage. Okay. Okay, game. I'm willing to listen. Question is, can I be taught? Schlorp? Yeah, this is like our nuke now. Let's get all this. That pretty much just solves that. And we're actually gonna miss you? That's a little odd, but I don't think we picked this up. Guess we're gonna just bop you one. Alright. That's thankful. You didn't get caught on that, thank you. I kind of want that off cooldown again, just in case. I don't think it's going to be necessary, but who knows. You know what, just remove them. That's how I feel about that. Alright, this should be easy. It's even critting. It's gotta be good. This Frost Cloak is starting to come together in like the stupidest way. Gossamer Dream, what is this? This is Mythos. Every 2 combats gain an epic vestige. Like, okay. On gaining shield, gain 1 shattered will. It's something. Honestly, do we have... We do not have a shrine up here. I guess I'm willing to drop that. Because we do gain shield quite often. This also gives us another shielding because it has a Bastion on it. Is that right? Yeah. We got Bastion 1. Do I want to go to the garden for like another? I don't think so. I think I'm almost willing to go to the Sea Breach. Yeah. Let's test this Sea Breach out. Negative 30 movement for 3 combats, restore 50 HP. Useless. Increased incoming damage by 25% for 3 combats, gain Quillings. Kind of useless. A random Ascension seems like it's actually more useful for us. We can also get past this -1 will reserve. I'm willing to do that. Lethal Outburst. Okay. Okay, game. I see you. Let's go ahead. Do we take a Superior Vault? This is a green vault. Yeah, why not? Why not? Another Prickly Puffer. They really want us to do these retaliation builds. That's an Earthshaker. Bats are also a little bit spooky. That seems pretty good. I think I want to have Prickly Puffer for Nim. That is a source of damage for us. What I'm honestly looking at here is how do we set up a kill? This will do it. We could also just do this. Then this. This will turn you. Maybe we actually don't care to dispatch you right now. Can't feel like that can be the case. We're gonna have 14. 14 damage coming at us. Yeah, probably best that we didn't mess with that. Alright. Come on, there's got to be a magic pixel here. I saw it. Come on now. This is disastrous. There it is. Okay. We're going to take a turn penalty here. I don't see us. Well. Is that actually the case? Bring that cooldown down. Bring you in over here. Orb. Flurry. Orb. Yeah, it seems like we're just gonna miss. Because I can't reach that. We could dash over there, but then what does that honestly do? It allows us to mark you guys. Maybe we'll kill you. Probably not. Can we take this? If I was to take this, this would be 500 damage? No, 200 damage. That's nowhere near enough. Yeah, we're going to take a turn deficit here. That's going to have to be okay. Never mind. I forgot that this is bugged. We have an infinite. We are cheating. Okay. Bead of Ice and Verdant Sprout. Okay, so here's two things that we definitely want. We are still not able to liquidate either of them. That's annoying. Shuriken Jutsu is interesting. Gives us 5 Shuriken immediately. My big issue with it is that it disables us from being able to apply mark to enemies like multiple times. Do we actually do that? I don't know. We also lose the movement on it. I feel much better about Harpoon. Yeah. Bead of Ice. That's probably just better than Gossamer Dream, honestly. Get us up to Frostbite, Frostbite plus 10. That's so stupid. What? Oh. I can't believe that they did my boy like that. We can get rid of this. And now we have Verdant 5, so now we actually get bonus damage according to 10% of our health. This is already calculated in here. We have no other means of increasing the damage. So yeah, that is plus 60%. And that's going to get better. We finally found our damage, boys. I'm debating if Binding Empowerment's worth it here. I think it is. We haven't seen our treasure pot here yet. And I kinda... What the frick? Is this global? No, it's... Right? It can't be. Oh, we're gonna find out. These are the worst trade deals in the history of trade deals. On your turn, gain 1 Shuriken. I'm actually kind of stoked about that. Although maybe it's just Sharp Throw. Yeah, no, let's take Stockpile Flurry. What do we got here? Another uncommon, a bunch of heroic vaults that we can't probably do anything with. That's not necessarily true, though. They have to give us a grinder after this one, right? Being able to grind just about anything sounds pretty frickin' good. Alright. Look at that, we got Harpoon now. Yeah, it's definitely a nasty bug. Completing party quests, at least. Alright. No. Maybe Warden would have been nice. Let's hit this. Mobius Vine. Counselor's Ledger. Honestly, Will Collector. Do we have Will Collector? We do. Orbs grant Shattered Will. We now have unlimited, well, we already have an infinite. That's not really anything special, to be honest. If we grind this, then we get closer to Verdant 8. During which case, that's kind of ridiculous. We have no way to heal in mid-combat, but, it's not too bad. Not too bad, honestly. And at this point, I don't know, we could probably grind Verdant Sprouts. We're probably grinding Mobius Vine. Counselor's Ledger really just doesn't do anything for us. There's like a legendary, right? Or actually it's Inkly Map. If we get Inkly Map, then it just makes our run end faster. But that's like one vestige, right? It's probably better just to grind Mobius and hope that we get what we want. Go ahead, drop this Fleece of Gold for a moment. That Fleece of Gold also probably could have been ground up too. Gives us some DR. I also like it on our persons, so. What do we got here? Anything spectacular? Not really. Barbed Bones would be interesting for the whole, like, they've been pushing us down like this pincushion section. Roots of Reprieve is our last verdant, and it also gives us Striker, and gives us cooldown reduction, or like cost reduction. I honestly think that that's it. We can do this too because of the fact that they significantly reduced the... See, I really just don't like that, says the guy who abused a bug like 50,000 times in one turn. I guess Fleece of Gold goes? That doesn't feel right. It's probably Beat of Ice. We drop Beat of Ice. Doesn't really do much for us. Like extra Frostbite on enemies. If we wanted to, we can put like that much Frostbite on enemies anyways. There we go. We got Verdant 8. So now we've got an inordinate amount of damage. Yeah, if this boss gives us 50, we just need like one breakable. Oh. Okay. Okay, we're good. We are less than fully healed. That's a little weird. Might as well take that. Yeah, seems like we're going to want to take Critical Grasp here. Blurring Dash here in any other situation is absolutely incredible. Gaining an extra stack of Blur every time that we use this can mitigate a truck ton of damage, especially if we did try to actually like get our Warder down. We have access to a Daze. We got some shielding too. Like, that's an unkillable Moss Cloak at that point. Absolutely incredible. We don't really even use this. Like, technically sharpshoot is worse. Poison shot isn't necessarily all that better either. Like, we do have venomous too. Eh. Yeah, for an extra 5% crit chance, I don't really see that. And we're not using sharpshoot, so... yeah. We're just gonna walk away from that. Okay. So we need to be able to fit a... legendary in here, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Here's even more money. We can now re-roll once. I understand this probably isn't very exciting for you guys, and I apologize for that. Okay, we managed to breach 90 health. That's pretty good. Tongue of the Frozen Flame. Is that even good? Like, we can grind this for its set. Yeah. We can grind both of these for their set. It's going to take a while to walk back and forth, but... I mean, we'd might as well. I was thinking that we could re-roll that, this Elite Vault, but in actuality we kind of can't. This is damage. I'm not against having that. Let's leave that on the floor. What do you got? All Whales Barred. Unacceptable. Or unnecessary, we'll say. What does Verdant do? According to 10 HP we have. Okay, so that's not so great. What about Death Scythe? What do you give us? You give us Shadow? A little spooky, but at least we're not capping it. No longer gives us damage, and it gives us... Vigorous? Sure. I'll admit, I kinda want that critical... Oh well. Guess you can't always get what you want. Might as well get some quest progression. Double... Oh, I guess we couldn't get double critical grasp because of the fact that we've used everything here. Okay. What do we got here? Another precision is pretty good. Shaheen's. Honestly, what dropped out of there? All Whales Barred? All Whales Barred dropped out of there. They did give us 2 separate Scavenger's Dashes gain a critical charge and a -1 base cooldown. Like, honestly, that's a pretty fun run right there. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been pretty fun. A lot more fun than what I'm doing right now, that's for sure. Anyways, let's still do this correctly. Okay. Might as well take that. And we might as well get started. Okay. This guy over here is trying to do, like, a ton of damage to me. I don't appreciate that. Let's shield. Reduce that cooldown. Pick up that power orb, come all the way down here. That couldn't have worked better. Alright, look at that 101 HP. Dude's a frickin' mini fridge. 500 damage harpoon. Anyways, yeah, it was... We lost one turn at the beginning of book 1. And we lost 6 turns against, what's-its-face. Otherwise, we didn't really take any damage. Like, we have a 150 here. It was the lost turns and the 1 turn thereafter. Oh, wait, no, didn't we get that? I can't remember if we lost a turn in book 2. I believe it would have been, like, the first or second fight, but that's probably when we realized or remembered, like, oh yeah, this is bugged, and then started exploiting the game for profit, as you do. Don't mess with a beta tester, I guess. Otherwise, everybody didn't really, like, everybody did great. Like, considering the fact that we had to cheat to win. Yeah, everybody up here is doing great. Arg's up there at the top. I assume that, yeah, if you reroll for something, there was a way for you to get, like, decent damage out of, book 1 so that you didn't have to, like, spend 20 turns trying to kill Lusk. Anyways, hopefully the run was, educational or somehow entertaining. If you have any feedback whatsoever, be it questions, comments, concerns, misplay alerts, be sure to put those down in the comments below. And until next time, we will catch you guys around.